for a first down at the Michigan 43.
Just before the play was run, Michigan linebacker stepping up in there to try and fake Van Raaphorst out. He wasn't buying any of it. Goes quickly to Cox. Speedy receiver, excellent hands. And got the first down there, back in control.
Rivers with a hit. Channing Williams slowed down by Willingham.
Channing Williams, ball carrier.
And then secured by the Michigan linebacking corps. Now the Sugar Bowl, we can give you a final score, and here it is. Down in New Orleans, Nebraska's Huskers disappoint the home team. LSU's Tigers 30-15. This is Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen, Bill McAtee at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, where Michigan leads Arizona State 15-13 early in the third quarter. Off the shotgun, Williams, big hole, and the fullback has a first down at the 31. Rivers with a tackle along with McIntyre and Gant. Channing Williams, who gained 540 yards on the season, has been a very productive fullback today.
Chance to watch this. A little bit of misdirection in this play. Looks like it's going to be the pass. Just handed up inside. Get a good block on Willingham, number 39. And then Williams finds room to get about an extra 3 yards out of it.
He has 56 yards rushing today. Harris inside the 30, short game. Around the ankles was Garland Rivers, who came up from his cornerback spot. The game started with Michigan taking the opening kickoff and driving for a touchdown, and then using a surprise fake on a conversion and coming up with the 2 points to lead 8-0. Field goal by Bostrom of Arizona State made it 8-3. Then Harbaugh snuck one in from 2 yards after a fumble recovered by Arizona State at its own tool was nullified by a penalty. Michigan led 15-3. Another Arizona State field goal, then a touchdown in the final minute of the half. And that's where we stand as Tupper, in for Channing Williams, is toppled by Moeller, number 49. He is a classic overachiever, is he not?
No question about that, Dick. And even though he doesn't have those overwhelming physical skills, he'll give you everything he has, and you better believe he's going to be in the right position to use as much as he has.
It's interesting, his dad, Gary, in that Andy played at Pioneer High School in Ann Arbor, wouldn't recruit him. He just gave the film to Bo, said, "Here, look at it, you decide." He made a good choice and kept the coach's son.
Bo says he likes those coaches' sons. I don't blame him.
3rd and 9. Good protection underneath the Cox. It'll be close to a first down at the 21.
I think he may have it.
Depends on the spot. They give him a good spot. That will be a first down.
Chance to watch it from high upstairs. See the receiver going down and breaking, finding the open zone right there. You see Michigan dropping back into those classic zone positions. They were able to pick Cox out of that zone and get in the football.
Just outside the 20, a first down. Going for 6. Instead, they'll get it to the 3. It's Cox again. David Arnold, number 15, the defender. 18 more yards. The passing game, Aaron Cox, all Pac-10 wide receiver.
Who appeared to start a little shakily in this game, throwing the ball, overthrowing his receivers early in the game, very sharp and crisp to open the second half.
And he has displayed the power of his arm on those out patterns. He can throw it.
2 tight ends in the game, Dick. Excuse me.
4 yards away from the lead, Arizona State, 1st and goal. Williams gets half of it. Tripped up in the middle of the line. 93, David Folkertsma from Grand Rapids, Michigan, made the tackle.
Folkertsma, another one of those overachievers, the kind of guy you probably would expect to find in a backup position. But he's in there, he's starting, he's giving you all he's got. He's the kind of guy you look for when you know you have an advantage with those bigger and quicker offensive linemen.
5 minutes consumed on this drive to open the second half. 2nd and goal from the 2. Harris to the 1. is down. Kohler and McIntyre, the two inside backers.
The offside call against Bo Schembechler's defense, and then quite possibly someone lined up offside. You try and crowd that ball in short yardage because you want to get into the bodies as quickly as you can.
Offside, defense, still second down.
That's the big part of the penalty. They gain only a yard or yard and a half on the penalty, but they save it down.
There's the freeze frame. It would look to me to be on the outside here. I believe that's Billy Harris, number 56, the nose tackle, who sneaks over, and I think he's close to being out. There he is, backing off again. That's who it was.
And Raphorst.
Whoa!
Touchdown to Bruce Hill, and he makes another fingertip catch.
What a catch! What a catch! That's a double, oh my! His second big catch under pressure, tiptoeing that back line. It didn't look like he'd be able to keep a foot in bounds. Watch him as he's isolated, getting in behind his man right here. Now look how close he is to that back line. He's got to stay in bounds, get at least 1 foot down, goes up and picks it out. First one actually got 3 steps. Did a great job of controlling his body.
And in his catches, that's the 4th time the ball has actually either been very difficult or through his hands, and he's able to get the back end of the ball.
Credit again, Jeff Van Raphorst being able to pick that receiver out in traffic and get the ball there.
They hold their hands in the huddle at Arizona State. When you score 6, you really squeeze the mitt. Now with the score 19-15, Arizona State looks for the 2-point play to get back on a 7-point game. And time is called by Michigan. They were ready to go after an extra point kick.
After a rather nothing beginning, you got to believe that Bruce Hill is going to get some notice from a lot of people, including this man, Bo Schembechler, who said, "You've got to be kidding me. We can't let him do that to us."
The most touchdown passes caught in a Rose Bowl game, by the way, is surprisingly low. 2 is the record. Been done 8 times over the years. The most recent was Carl Durrell of UCLA in the '84 game. One of them was Johnny Mack Brown. Remember him, the great movie star, 61 years ago for the University of Alabama.
There's no question in my mind, Dick. One of the things that makes this game so much fun to do and so much fun to be a part of is the incredible tradition that goes along with the Rose Bowl. More than just a football game, more than a parade, this is an event and something we can all thrill to, no matter whether you're here or whether you're at home watching.
And that home may be anywhere in the world. Hill with his 2nd touchdown to become the 9th man in Rose Bowl history to catch 2.
Now they've asked to have the ball moved over close to the hash, which has been done. They're going to go for the 2 points. Wide field to the offense's right.
Lead by 19-15. Actually trying to make it a 6-point, get up to 21-15. Good protection. Did he get in bounds? No. Aaron Cox. Now, it's not like the NFL where if you're going to come down in the play but are knocked out of bounds with a good hit that it counts. In this case, you've got to get 1 foot down, and the defensive play by Mallory was a beauty.
No question about it. He would have come down with 1 foot in bounds, but Mallory knocks him out of bounds. Great defensive play by Mallory, and Michigan, after allowing the touchdown, dodges the 2-point conversion.
Rose Bowl is brought to you by Toyota. Looking out for you has made Toyota #1 in compact truck sales. By AT&T, the right choice. And by Hertz. You don't just rent a car, you rent a company.
Our Happy New Year card from high over the Rose Bowl. where with 9:25 remaining in the third quarter, Arizona State leads for the first time over Michigan 19-15. Bostrom kicks it off. That's a change from Shue. Comes down to Eric Campbell, 20, 25. You can hear the pads pop at the 27. As Michigan takes the field offensively, offensive guard Michael Dames has not played today. Dave Chester, a junior from Titusville, Florida, is in his spot. He's suffering from the flu. And one of the reasons we've seen a lot of Doug Mallory, Ivan Hicks also battling the flu.
The last two times Arizona State has gotten the football, they've put it in the end zone. This is a crucial drive for Michigan.
From the 27. Arizona State outnumbering Michigan in vocal power, the fans. McMurtry not tall enough, but boy does he have nice size. Merlin, you pointed out when they wear that number 1 you think that it's a smaller player, but McMurtry is 6'3", 205 pounds. He was the number 1 pick of the Boston Red Sox. They offered him a 6-figure deal as a right-handed hitting center fielder. As we said, they look at him as a possible Darryl Strawberry, elected to play college football instead. Michigan was after another pretty good outfielder, Willie Wilson, who was going to go to the Ann Arbor campus, decided to stay with the Kansas City Royals. That one went the other way. Harbaugh, the keeper. Stephen, number 90, and Sate Sapolu, number 94.
Two of the quickest defensive men, in fact, probably the two quickest defensive men on that team, big men. That's that lateral speed. We talked at the very beginning of this broadcast, you're really not going to beat this run-to-the-ball defense by going laterally. If you can't split them up inside and make your yardage running there, you're going to have a tough time.
Third and long. Harbaugh moving up and then throws it behind Morris, incomplete. Appeared that Harbaugh might have been able to tuck that away and run it for a first down, but saw Morris. But Morris was moving one way and Harbaugh the other, and Arizona State's going to get it on a punt.
Just a little drop pass. Harbaugh, who faked it downfield, I think maybe surprised Morris with that pass. I think Morris believed it was passed downfield.
Anthony Parker, the junior from Tempe, 22-yard average punt return, as Monty Robbins will kick it from around his 18. His high kicks have denied Parker any return. And a flag down. Too much time.
We can't see that 25-second clock from here. We'll have to let the official decide. But, Dick, interesting that the second half has started out exactly the opposite of the first half. First half, Michigan took the first drive all the way down and scored, and then Arizona State was stopped. Exactly the opposite here, as Arizona State takes the drive, goes all the way down, and it's Michigan, whose first drive has been shut down rather dramatically.
Dead ball. Delay of the game. Offense. Still fourth down.
You mentioned Michigan being tough scoring in the second half. Well, Arizona State has been tough defensively in the second half. They've allowed only 51 points all year in the third and fourth quarters combined. Robbins hits a honey way back to Parker at his 27. And Parker to the 35, where Gerald White, number 22, made the tackle. A 51-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
Staff, I'd like to wish everyone out there a very happy 1987.
Yeah, we thank you, Coach Schembechler. His New Year's days have not been very happy in the Rose Bowl. This is his 8th trip. He's won only once, lost 6 times in Pasadena. Trying to reverse the trend as the Pac-10 underdogs the last 5 years, and again this year, the Pac-10 has been the winner of this game, and Big Ten has escaped with only 2 wins since 1970. 1915, Arizona State, and this is Darrell Harris. Good defense by Messner and Harris. Billy Harris, 56, the nose guard.
When you use a slanting defense. You hope you guess right. On this last play, watch Billy Harris, the nose tackle, and he's slanting out into the play. But they have a chance to drive right into the blocker, move himself outside, and of course that's the hole that Arizona State wanted, and it's Billy Harris at the bottom of the stack.
No gain. 2nd and 10, and timeout for Van Raphorst. He didn't like the defense for the play called, so spends one of those precious timeouts. Each team has used one early in the second half. Cooperative, and at times I thought Bo Schembechler was mellowing a bit. He was so nice to us.
Well, Dan Deerdorf, who's now a broadcaster, went back to do the banquet back at Michigan. He said, look, he said, I'm 38 years old. I got 3 kids. He said, I got a job. I travel the world. He said, I'm still scared to death of Bo.
He'll get your respect. And in a way, that's part of that whole parentage, player to head coach.
And this is when he really gets tough. Things are not going well. He'll be growling on that sideline.
2nd and 10 after the timeout by Arizona State, and it's Paul Day, one of the little running backs for the Sun Devils, and he earns 4. Pays for it as well. Todd Schulte, part of the twin linebacker combination, identical twins, Todd and Tim Schulte, and David Arnold, number 15 on the tackle. Day's first carry of the game.
Again, I think good to mention the fact, the difference in the way these two coaches approach. They're switching of players in and out. Arizona State constantly running people in and out of the game. And at the end of this game, there's no question they will have more energy, more freshness than the Michigan Wolverines.
Aaron Cox, and a first down at the Michigan 42. 22 more for the Arizona State passing game.
Amazing how emotion can turn the flavor of a game, establish and lose the confidence. We saw early in the game how Van Raphorst was having a hard time getting to some of those receivers who were open. That timing so far in this second half, excellent. When the ball needs to be there, it's there.
5'10", 175-pound Junior Cox with another catch, his 6th. Van Raphorst sliding out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Dieter Herron was on the chase. Arizona State, the last 4 possessions, has kicked a field goal, scored a touchdown, and then scored another here on the first possession of the second half.
That's exactly what you were alluding to. Thinking with Harry Coyle, our director, and Larry Cirillo, our producer, down the truck. Great job of putting this game out to all those who are watching and listening.
Paul Day into the clear for a moment, and then someone slammed the door on him. Day, a senior from Kearney High School down in San Diego, California. David Arnold and Doug Mallory made the hit. Both these running backs, Harris and Day, are around the 175-pound range. They're slick but not overpowering. Arizona State over 50% all year in third downs, 8 for 11 today. Incomplete to the tight end Stein Koss.
Todd Schulte, number 41, inside out, just waiting for Koss to break inside. Put a helmet on him just as he got his fingers on that football. Kind of hard to catch when you're being jolted that way.
Apparently, John Cooper, 4th down, is not going to kick the ball. He's at the 35, too long for a field goal, too close to the goal line to punt it, and he's going to gamble on 4th and 4.
Well, we saw Bo gamble earlier. Here's John Cooper taking a chance. Now they're trying to draw him off sides. Okay.
There comes the delay of game flag.
Well, good coaching. He said, all right. He said, we tried. It didn't work. Now we'll kick the ball.
5-yard penalty would have been a first down.
Good discipline by the Michigan defense. I'm sure they were more ready for that than I was.
punting team on the field. Mike Shue, who averaged 39 yards a kick this year.
Shue has kicked 17 times dead inside the 20-yard line, so he's been good at pooching the ball.
Well, he just got that one away and gets a wonderful roll. And Arizona State downs it at the 2-yard line. 37-yard punt inside the 5, no return.
What a great name for a kicker.
Shue, S-C-H-U-H. 81, he earned 4 varsity letters with the Maize and Blue, Michigan's most valuable player in 1981, and he was also named the 1981 Rose Bowl most valuable player. Now with the Houston Oilers, Butch Wolford. Wolford, who led the Wolverines to the last Big Ten win 6 games ago when they beat Washington. And there's a man that's after his all-time Michigan rushing record, Jamie Morris, 51 yards today. He had 1,039 on the year. He gets the call. Nearly 3. Check that. Gerald White and Stacy Harvey makes the stop.
Dick, we talked earlier about the wristband worn by Van Ramphorst. Harbaugh wears a wristband himself on his left wrist with the plays written on that wristband. But I don't know if he has any good plays when you're backed up against your own end zone like this. This is tough territory to get out of.
That was Morris. 2 yards on first down. And Harbaugh going to throw from his end zone. And Paul Jokic has it for a first down at the 27. So he sent his big 6'8" wide receiver downfield, and Anthony Parker made the defensive play, and that gets Bo out of that serious end of the field, down in the yellow part of the end zone.
Get you some breathing room, and I said there wasn't a good play. There is no good play. There are makeable plays, and Bo is able to do one. And how interesting it is that maybe 10, 15 years ago, a Michigan team would have probably run the ball again.
4 minutes, 27 seconds left in the third period. Michigan trails by 4. Skip McClendon, number 88, was there first on Jamie Morris.
Jamie Morris carried to the 30-yard line, where he stopped by Skip McClendon.
Similarities in both of these defenses. One of the things they do is they'll stack to the tight end. Here's the tight end coming in motion. He started out over here. He goes all the way across to change the strength of the offensive formation. And of course now they'll run in behind that tight end, get an extra block in there from the strong guard, Michael Hammerstein.
Second down and 7.
Mark Hammerstein. That's right.
Over the middle and through the hands of Jokic. McClendon, 88, the all Pac-10 defensive end, was pressuring Harbaugh. Harbaugh, who set a Michigan record this year with over 2,500 yards passing. That's tougher than it looks. You don't know who's coming up to greet you on that blind side when you're looking back. 3:44 left in the third. 3rd and 7. Harbaugh. Intercepted by Greg Clark on the ricochet.
Sun Devils hanging in there down that far sideline, and Bo is just shaking his head. Not only can't they get it going, but now they have turned the ball over again. Harbaugh looking right, comes back to the left side, gets pressure right there on the outside. Hard to tell who that is. His jersey coming up over the top, but there it is, Joseph going up. Jeff Joseph batted the ball. Interception coming from the inside.
Man who was pressuring Harbaugh was the nose guard, Larry McLaughlin, and he's the one who changed the design of the play and forced Harbaugh to ad-lib and into disaster. First down at the 46 of Michigan.
played so well up to that point, and we asked the question, what will that do to his confidence? He has not really played well since that pass was thrown.
Meanwhile, Jeff Van Raphorst from El Cajon, California, went to Grossmont High School. If memory serves me, that produced another pretty good quarterback, that high school, named Brian Sipe, who went to San Diego State and then on to the Cleveland Browns. First down.
The other thing we're going to see, and it was a trend that began to develop in the last series Sun Devils ran before the half, is they're beginning to be able to exploit the strength and the quickness of that big offensive line. We mentioned that Michigan is undermanned in that defensive front, and right now they're having trouble getting things stopped.
Harris now leading all rushers with 80, and his fullback Channing Williams now has 2 more than the Wolverines' top runner Jamie Morris. Double tight end. First down. Williams. They use that extra tight end. They try to get some blocking strength, but Michigan denies. Only 2 yards on the carry. Billy Harris, David Fulkertsma team up on the tackle. Well, you see him go back to the huddle. Channing Williams in that huddle is number 62, Randall McDaniel. You want to talk about an athlete playing in the offensive line. 62 McDaniel. He runs the 40 in 4.68. He is the All-American power weightlifter, drug-free power weightlifting competition, the collegiate champion both at heavyweight and super heavyweight. He beat the guys that weigh over 275. He's strong, and he weighs 260 and runs like a deer. Wide open is Stein Koss, and the tight end, first down at the 24 of Michigan. Eric Campbell with a tackle.
First down, Sun Devils.
Working on number 5, Eric Campbell, and that's just a quick turnout to the tight end, Stein Koss. Both tight ends. It's such an advantage to have 2 tight ends that you can just whip in and out of that game. Those big men do get tired. When you got 2, it really helps.
Good play action. Incomplete and almost deflected into the arms of Eric Campbell. Channing Williams, the intended receiver, and that ball bounding to Campbell, who, for the second time this game, a Michigan defender isolated on the long side of the field, almost had one drop in the hands for a touchdown the other way.
I think that's what Michigan needs right now, a turnover. They need something to pick them back up. Somebody to grab a fumble and go for a touchdown, or grab an interception and move downfield. Something to get that energy, that adrenaline flowing again.
Second and 10. Channing Williams pulling his way to the 16, a couple of yards shy of a first down.
One of the dangers of stunning and blitzing is that you commit yourself very quickly. Watch Dave Fulkertsman starting inside. They're going to just push him inside and drive him off and make room here for this running play. Again, the run out of the shotgun. And look how much room there is inside. When you can get that far up without having to make a move, you know you're going to pick up some yardage.
Third down, about a yard and a half. Van Raphorst complete to Chris Garrett. The 6'4" wide receiver from St. Paul, Minnesota, has 5 yards and a first down. Dieter Heron with a tackle.
Van Raphorst very fortunate on that play. He has thrown behind his receivers a couple of times here in the last throws, and that one could have gotten him in trouble. Receiver able to turn all the way around and in traffic control that football.
Johnson wide to the left, Cox split right. First down at the Wolverine 12. Harris to the 10.
Dale Harris, the ball carrier, picked up a yard.
Clock running down the final seconds of the third period. No advantage in end of the field. There's no wind today. A day that approached about 70 degrees in Southern California.
I think you'll see the Sun Devils just let that clock run out, content to eat it up and wait for the fourth quarter to begin.
They play all their home games at night, and therefore they have been a national secret. They don't get any publicity in the East. The Sun Devils have come out in the sun.
I wonder if they have better eyes than the teams that play in the daytime.
Well, in the sun, they lead by 4, and we'll be back after these messages from your local station. Director Larry Cirillo, our producer, and their fine camera crew. Well, the final moments of this January 1st daytime disappearing, and a beautiful shot off to the west. Lights are on at the Rose Bowl. It's second down for Arizona State at the Michigan 10.
Looking to try and stop them for a field goal, maybe take the ball away. They cannot afford the touchdown.
We open the fourth quarter. Play action by Van Raphorst, and he throws it away. The man he was looking for, Gallimore, had 3 Wolverines around him.
I don't think Gallimore could get up there 20 rows into the stands, and that's about where that ball was thrown. Definitely thrown out of the stadium. Right now, as I mentioned, the Michigan defense thinking one thing: we've got to shut them down here. Of course, the field goal would make this a most interesting contest and would put Michigan just one big play away from tying the game.
Field goal would be a 22-15 score, 7-point margin. Third and 8. Channing Williams, and he's shy of the first down. Hit at the 7-yard line. McIntyre and Mulder, the M boys for the M team. And on comes the place kicker, Kent Bostrom, as he'll go for his third field goal, which would tie the Rose Bowl record.
Let's see if Arizona State doesn't unbalance that line. When they kick from the hash mark, and they're doing it again, they put an extra man to the wide side of the field because they feel like they need more time on that side.
25-yard attempt, and it's good. Arizona State 22, Michigan 15. An unusual score that's been dictated by the very first score of the game when Michigan went and succeeded at the 2-point conversion.
1987 Rose Bowl is brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth. We're working together to be the best. By American Airlines, something special in the air. And by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you.
14 minutes, 16 seconds left, and Arizona State once down 15-3 in the second quarter. 19 unanswered points to take the lead at 22-15, but Michigan a touchdown and an extra point away from a tie and within range of a win with 1 touchdown. Eric Campbell at the 20, 28, 29-yard line, knocked out of bounds. Mike Tingstad, linebacker.
Academic All-American, or Big Ten academic All-Big Ten team.
Pac-10, and actually Mark's brother Mike, also an academic star and running back at Washington State University here on the West Coast, rooting for his brother today.
I guess they really wouldn't put an Arizona State player on that Big Ten academic team, would they? Not fair.
All right, here goes Michigan. They have not generated much in this second half. Harbaugh off play action to Gerald White. Squeaks out to the 34, a gain of 5. Robbie Boyd, number 26, a sophomore from Santa Ana, made the tackle.
This is the kind of situation you really dig down and find out a lot about your people. Harbaugh's been good at bringing his team back. In fact, Michigan this year came back from being behind at halftime numerous games. In fact, they were down to Notre Dame, down to Iowa, down to Ohio State, tied with Florida State and Hawaii, came back to win all of those games.
Harbaugh has a new wide receiver, number 40, John Colasar is in, but it's White. The wishbone gains only 2. Greg Clark in the thick of the pile. Colorful crowd here at the Rose Bowl today. The official attendance 103,168 to see this 73rd game. And a man who played in the first game of the pact between the Big Ten and the Pac-10, Alex Agassi, played for that Illinois team that came out here for the 47 game 40 years ago, is on the sidelines with Bo Schembechler. Higgins, Parker covering, but Higgins couldn't get...
It looked like he may not have controlled the football. I think his feet were in bounds, but Higgins, who's catching this ball right dead on the sideline in traffic, ball a little late getting there. Watch him. Oh, ball batted away, and he did have his feet on the line, but what a fine defensive play to knock it out of there.
By Parker, that leather ball going into the maroon jerseys across the way. Tough to see that it was deflected. So the kicking game on again as Monty Robbins punts for Michigan. Parker at the other end. Again, he slaps it off the side of his foot. Gets a good roll, however. And that's going to wind up an excellent Michigan kick all the way to the 15-yard line. 49 yards, no return. Arizona State leads by 7. And around the world, countries viewing another Rose Bowl from Pasadena. Finland, Juha Päivä, all the Suomalainens. And all the American forces, radio and televisions, networks around the world, and best to the men and women in the armed services. And live reporting, our friends from Japan. How they love American sport. And of course, host a collegiate game every year in Tokyo. Part of the colorful surroundings here at the Rose Bowl. Arizona State deep in its own end at the 15. Michigan looking for a turnover. Channing Williams. Just when it appeared he had some room to go. Good play by 15 David Arnold, who came up from the secondary to assist Andy Moeller. 12 minutes, 9 seconds left in the fourth period. Two yards on the play, 2nd and 8, and Paul Day, the backup tailback, is in for Arizona State. Check it now. Harris is back in, and he gets the call. He's quick. Out to the 24, a yard shy of a first down before McIntyre, the junior from Chicago, can make the tackle.
You got to believe that Michigan defense beginning to tire some here. Very quick explosion into the line, and again, you got a chance to get to the sideline and get a rest. Andre McIntyre, 54, the man from the backside to pull him down, but gosh, you want to catch him before they get that far into your secondary.
Harris was looking for 73 via his All-America tackle, and he put quite a block on Heron. 3rd and 1, and a play action by Van Raphorst, open and a drop. Bruce Hill, who has made some sensational catches. That was one of the easier ones.
Maybe the easiest one he had all day, and that'll burn you. Hill was a defensive back for a couple of years before they moved him over to receiver. Here he is in isolation. He's got time, drives his man off. Good job. He's sitting there by himself. That lost the concentration. Ducked his head back over his shoulder.
The kick by Shue to Eric Campbell, 40, and a good return to the 46-yard line. And Michigan at midfield has the ball after a 41-yard punt, and Campbell's 11-yard return. Just under 11 minutes remain. Arizona State by a touchdown. From the Goodyear blimp, those marvelous shots as dusk falling here in Southern California. A reminder here in the fourth quarter with 11 minutes left. We'll be going to the Orange Bowl in Miami right after the conclusion of this game.
Look how tough that Arizona State defense has been in the fourth quarter. Just 27 points allowed.
Michigan trailing by 7, starts from its own 46. Morris to the 47. They've done a good job of shutting off Morris, haven't they? And they continue to try the middle as you predicted, but Arizona State is stiffened.
They not only have stiffened, but you see that quickness beginning to assert itself on the defense. When John Cooper went to Arizona State, he said, we're going to do two things, more than two really, but two very important things. We're going to be in better condition, and we're going to have a stronger team, physically stronger team. Good weight training. They've done both of those.
Morris lined up behind Perriman. Second down and 8. Harbaugh. Open is McMurtry, but he's out of bounds. Can't get it anyway. Yeah, McMurtry, Merlin, when we went out to see Michigan practice, and you see them for the first time up close, and there are 100 men out there running around, and you just about 2 minutes after we were at practice, you can't take your eyes off McMurtry. What a beautifully skilled, his motion, his physical size. He's tough to keep your eyes away from.
He will certainly mature as a player, too. One of the things he does not have yet is that sense of the sideline. Not quite comfortable at knowing where his feet are. He'll get that. He's got a lot of time to learn. Right now, though, they need a first down. 3rd and 9.
5 defensive backs for Arizona State. Harbaugh to McMurtry, and a first down at the Arizona State 33. Boy, that's a tough throw by Harbaugh.
We saw Van Rapport running to his left. We mentioned then that this is as tough a throw to make for a quarterback who's right-handed as you can have. Harbaugh does have the advantage of getting stopped a little bit before he wraps it. Well, he didn't either. He just wrapped it in there, saw the receiver come open, and fired that football. That is an excellent pass.
Jamie Morris with a block on McClendon gave Harbaugh some extra time. Wishbone. And not much there. Jim Reynosa, a 265-pound senior from Sylmar, California, went to San Fernando High School. He is another powerlifting champion there to make the tackle.
When Bo Schembechler put the wishbone into the offensive mix for Michigan, he certainly complicated the lives of defensive coaches around the Big Ten. In fact, John Cooper said they had to spend 30 to 40% of their practice time preparing for the wishbone. They just don't face it in the Pac-10, and you don't face it except for Michigan in the Big Ten.
And it's even tougher when you have only 1 week to repair in the Big Ten. Morris on a delay, trying to buy time with speed. Ooh. Greg Clark.
Wow, what a play. We talk about quickness, foot speed. You just saw it from Greg Clark. Jamie Morris is quick enough in his own right. You watch the way number 36 closes on Morris as Morris tries to make the big play going outside. Right-hand side, number 36 is going to fly into your screen right there. Look at that. Just bam, knocks him down.
96, Talani Wright was a man who forced Morris back into his own backfield, and this time it's Sean Patterson, a senior, thought he might not play, and he's playing against the All-American Elliott, making the sack, the first of the game. Well, you gave, when we talked about the strengths of these two teams, Merlin Olsen, Arizona State, the nod on defense, and they've shown it in the second half.
Well, I think that advantage of rolling your people in and out, of keeping that defense fresh into the fourth quarter is really beginning to pay dividends.
Robbins roots it high. Fair catch at the 9 by Parker. Arizona State will start from deep in its own end. 36-yard kick, 7 minutes, 36 seconds left. Don't forget, next on NBC Sports, the Sooners and the Razorbacks are matched up in the Orange Bowl. And, of course, all the festivities down there, their wonderful halftime. Don Criqui and Bob Trumpy standing by for the report from Miami, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. The Sooners denied a national championship by Miami, the team that you'll see tomorrow night on NBC, prime time, 8 o'clock Eastern time, when the Hurricanes take on the Lions of Penn State. Johnson's boys against the Paterno gang. With all the collegiate marbles there to grab. Meanwhile, it's Arizona State leading 22-15 midway through the fourth quarter, deep in their own end. Darrell Harris for a couple. Arizona State has not lost the ball on a fumble or an interception today, and that has been typical of the Sun Devil team all year.
John Cooper talks about error-free offensive football, about maintaining control of that ball. He keeps the offense simple, and part of the reason for that, he doesn't want to make those big mistakes. They have avoided them today. Been a big part of the story.
Harris. And he has a first down across the 20, and that was an excellent case in point. Good camera work, zeroing in on Harris. You saw he just didn't take the hand off and swing it free in his arm and take off. He protected the ball until he was through the line and then shot forward.
Well, there's a nice block on the outside. We watched some good blocking by the receivers for the Sun Devils today. Getting in the way. You don't have to really knock a man down to block him. Just keep him from getting in on the tackle.
First down at the 21. That buys another 4 downs for Arizona State. 6:35 left. Nothing there on the handoff to the fullback Williams.
Danny Williams stopped for a loss.
Billy Harris, 56, made the tackle.
We've watched Billy Harris make some fine plays today. Get a chance to watch him. Here he is as a nose tackle, lined up in the gap, playing gap control. Now he's going to slide over here to his left and just force his way through that gap. He gets himself away from the block by the center, Kevin Thomas, and he's right there waiting for the running back.
Yard loss on the play. It's second down, 11. Darrell Harris caught from behind after a gain of about 4. Mark Messner showing again his speed, able to catch the back from the backside. Harris, nevertheless, is over the 100-yard mark. Darrell Harris for the afternoon. He's had a good day. 5:30 left in the game.
They want a touchdown to cheer. They want to be able to explode, make some noise, celebrate.
Big third down.
Look out.
Van Rapport, how'd he get it away? To Gallimore and a first down, and Van Rapport was nailed as he threw the ball.
He took a helmet to the stomach, but he bounces up, waves to the sideline, says, I'm all right. What a heady play by Van Rapport. The blitz is on. They didn't fool him at all. That's Messner again. 2 big plays in a row, but even though he was on Van Rapport, the second he turned, he still got that football to the tight end.
Well, he read it well, knowing Messner was there, and he saw that Gallimore was not picked up out on that flat, and a first down. That was a big third down play. Michigan looking for the ball, and the clock continues to run. Under 5 minutes left. Michigan trails by 7. Harris. Second effort to gain about 5. Garland Rivers makes the tackle.
It's interesting in our setup of the ball game and talking about the 2 quarterbacks, talking about which one was going to emerge from this game. We talked about the fact that there is an opportunity in this kind of showcase to really lift your rating on a national basis. The Arizona State team has not had the kind of national exposure that Jim Harbaugh has had. I'll tell you, it's been a great day for Arizona State here in the Rose Bowl so far, as long as it finishes this way. It ain't over yet, folks.
He's saying now that with the world television, there are more people watching Arizona State's football team today than all their telecasts combined in history, and that may well be. This is the kind of exposure that a head coach like Cooper, not a well-known coach, a man who is regarded by his fraternity brothers in the coaching profession very highly, but out of Iowa State and then an assistant so many years, then the head coach at Tulsa, and finally getting his chance here in the Pac-10 2 years ago. Did not fool Andre McIntyre a bit. He was staying at home.
Andre McIntyre.
Clock runs to 3:45 left. This then becomes a very big 3rd down and 6. And Michigan has made only 33% today of their 3rd down conversions, 4 of 12, while Arizona State has gone 10 for 16.
They'd like to make it 11 for 17 here, and Michigan obviously has got to shut them down, get that football. 3:20, 3:19, clock ticking.
Harris. And Dieter Harris with Mallory and J.J. Grant, who is in for Andy Moeller, make the tackle shy of the 1st down. Penalty against Arizona State for holding. They have been the least penalized team in the Pac-10 this year. Now you've got 4th down and a couple. You would guess that Bo Schembechler will decline the penalty. He needs the ball with time running out. 3:08 left. The Orange Bowl, the Sooners and Razorbacks are
Holding.
next.
Offense is declined. 4th down.
Yeah, we enjoyed our experience. Our first year together on January 1st was in that Orange Bowl.
I can remember sitting down there in Miami and in that Orange Bowl watching a television broadcast of the Rose Bowl and waiting for our chance to get on.
Fair catch by Campbell at the 22. So Michigan, trailing by 7, has the ball with plenty of time, 2 timeouts left, and 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining. And here comes the Michigan crowd.
And there is a response on the other side by Arizona State's partisans, who are exhorting their defense that has played so well here in this 2nd half. This may well be the last opportunity for Michigan's offense. If they don't get something going here, Bo may go home with another loss in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, he's got the top percentage passer. If you combine the last 2 years, this man has been the best in college football. He goes to Gerald White. And White is to the 34, 35-yard line. Skip McClendon made the tackle after a 12-yard pickup. White from Space Coast Country in Florida, Titusville. He enjoys music and the Smurfs.
Jim Harbaugh would like to turn things around. It's been Jeff Van Rapphorst's 2nd half. He's owned it. Harbaugh wants to put a little footnote in that 2nd half.
McMurtry stabs it at the 50.
Dick, one of the things I love about college football is that 2-point conversion. You get down there, it's not an automatic 7 points. You got a chance to go for the win, and I got to believe in this game, Bo would do exactly that.
That's how he started the scoring. Led 8-0. It was 8-3, then 15-3, and then Arizona State took over. Fumble, but it goes right to Jumbo John Elliott. No, not Elliott, number 74.
Mike Hussar.
He weighs 289 or more.
He's a jumbo, too. He's probably pushing that 300-pound mark himself, but he was unable to control his man. Watch it from the backside. Hussar, who is that quick tackle, unable to control a skip. No, can't see who that is. 99. Frank? Nope, 90. That's Salvador.
Scott Stevens.
Scott Stevens. Okay, that's the double back. We'll get him straight.
Jamie Morris to the 49, where it'll be 3rd and 11. Larry McLaughlin made the stop. Now going back to that play by Steven, he made the blind hit. The ball was there, and Hussar saved disaster for Michigan. They're still alive with the ball, 3rd and 11, and 1 minute 30 seconds left.
You're flying on to Chicago?
I'm on the 10 o'clock American flight. The meeting's this afternoon.
Then
An early morning flight to Nashville and home to the coast tomorrow evening.
Seems like you're busier than ever.
Well, your mother knows how to reach me if you need me.
Dad, I'm glad you could stop by.
I wish I had more time. Now, Wendy? did you say you were planning on coming home again?
You were very shortly third-ranked Oklahoma in their overwhelming running game go against ninth-ranked Arkansas. The Sooners, with Janelle Holloway cracking the whip, average over 6 yards every time they run the ball. Now back to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
And here we're a minute and 30 seconds away from the final gun. Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines trying to avoid another Big Ten defeat, trailing John Cooper's Sun Devils from Arizona State in their first ever Rose Bowl appearance. It's 22-15, third down and 11 at the 49-yard line for Michigan. To the 44, that's not enough for the first down. Jamie Morris will bring up fourth down and 4. Stacy Harvey made the tackle. The clock is running.
Harbaugh asking if they want a timeout. Bo says no. Go for it now. They'd called 2 plays in the huddle. And here's the second one. Jokic on the wrong side has to go outside, eating the clock.
Now they're going to have to call time here, run into a penalty. There it is.
Harbaugh, or is Harbaugh saying he can't hear again? I think Harbaugh is saying he couldn't hear again.
Whatever, that was a very alert play by Harbaugh. Although they're showing a timeout off the scoreboard here at the Rose Bowl, indicating that Harbaugh had to use a timeout. It might have been well spent.
I don't think they
left.
signaled a timeout, though, Dick. I think he said he couldn't hear, and I think they gave it to him.
Nevertheless, it's 4th and 4. Michigan needs 4 yards or more, or Arizona State gets the ball and the game, probably. Intercepted. Robbie Boyd for Arizona State, and it's a Sun Devil maroon and gold across the way. For Arizona State, Budweiser outstanding player Jeff Van Raphorst. The University of Michigan, Mark Messner, their defensive tackle. Budweiser will donate a total of $2,000 to the general scholarship funds of Arizona State and Michigan. Congratulations, another Rose Bowl game well played. Van Raphorst, in the final measure, out quarterbacked the All-American, the All-Big Ten player Jim Harbaugh, and Arizona State rallying from 15 to 3 down. Apparently has handed Bo Schembechler his 7th loss in 8 Rose Bowl appearances. Timeout Michigan with 51 seconds left.
I don't know.
Shortly, third-ranked Oklahoma goes against ninth-ranked Arkansas, the Orange Bowl, a game that also features the most spectacular halftime show in football. It's all coming up next from Miami, Florida. Right now, back to the Rose Bowl and Dick Enberg.
All right, Don Crickey. The New Year's joy of the Arizona State Sun Devils. Coach John Cooper. 51 seconds left. Michigan is out of timeouts. It's academic now as Van Raphorst sits it down. I want to thank those who have helped us in the booth. Chuck Panama, Arthur Hoffman from Arizona State, their assistant SID, Mark Brand from Muncie, Indiana, and from Dearborn, Michigan, Mike Murray, the assistant SID at Michigan. Thank you, gentlemen. Our entire crew.
We talked about dreams, and I asked John Cooper, I said, is this a dream come true for you? He said, hey, when you thought as long about being a head coach as I have, you get a chance, you look to get into a game like this. He said, here we are. This is a dream already, and this is the capper to go out of here victorious. On the far sideline, he's been exhorting those fans. They don't need much help. A minute ago, joined by Russell Nelson, the president of ASU, and Charles Harris, the athletic director. They all have to be bursting with pride.
The Pac-10 has won again. 6 in a row. Only 2 Big Ten wins since 1970. The final 22-15. The dreams on the Michigan sideline, nightmarish once again. And we'll return to Pasadena for a comment from the winners in a moment.
Be right back, Pop.
Arizona State celebrates. 5 years ago, 3 young quarterbacks visited Miami, University of Miami. Vinny Testaverde, Bernie Kosar, and Jeff Van Raaphorst. 2 went to Miami. 1 went to John Cooper in Arizona State, and there he is, Jeff Van Raaphorst. Bill McAtee is with him.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
How big was the touchdown just before the half? Well, that was a big play. I think a bigger play was a third down play. Jeff made a pass, threw a pass with a guy right in his face, just unbelievable. This guy right here won the game for us. Jeff and our defense. You can't say enough about our defense, particularly in the second half. You seem to have a little trouble early on in timing with the receivers. Did you make any adjustments early?
Well, we had a broken route down here that almost got picked off in the end zone, and we made a read route on it, whether he goes in or out, and he went the wrong way, and I threw it in, he went out. Just a timing deal. What we practiced in the first quarter took what we practiced all week, they didn't really do, and so in the first quarter it took us a while to get adjusted and get settled down and get things screwed in. Once we got that done, I thought our pass blocking picked up a lot, and then we were able to run the ball more efficiently also.
You've come a long way since starting the season unranked, Coach. Well, we have. We beat an excellent football team today. This is a great Michigan football team, and we had to play our best ball game. Like I said, we played defense like we did in the middle of the season, and our offense got on track. The offensive line gave Jeff plenty of time to throw the football, and greatest victory I've ever been associated with, no question about it. And you both gave us a terrific game. Thank you both very much. Congratulations. Coach Cooper, Coach here. Hi, I say hi to the Whitneys. All back in Ohio, my relatives. Yeah! Let's go back upstairs. Thank you. Thank you.
The happy Arizona State Sun Devils. It's the Pac-10 again, 6 in a row and 12 of the last 13 over the Big Ten, 22-15 for Merlin Olsen. This is Dick Enberger. Thanks to Joe Costanzo. That's it for the 73rd edition. Happy New Year from